Hello, hello, hello. I just arrived. My name is Little Red Reading Hood. Why don't you give me an air high five? All right, so I am Little Red Reading Hood, and I just came from my grandmother's house deep in the forest past the friendly wolf to come and have this story time with you. So, it is story time, it is story time. Come around and sit down. When your ears are ready and your hands are steady, we will start the best part. All right, boys and girls, today we are going to travel around the world in 30 minutes. How is that possible? Well, I'm going to tell you. By using your imagination while sharing books. Are you ready? I need everyone at the count of 3 to turn on your imaginations. Ready? 1, 2, 3. In fact, why don't we do turbo boost imagination? Ready? 1, 2, 3. Excellent. Now, we are just about ready to go. I don't want to forget my red bag full of books. And it sounds like the airplane is warming up its engines. And the captain has just asked us to prepare for takeoff. So, could everyone please fasten your seatbelts? Excellent. Please put your seats and your tables in the upright position. If you need to go to the restroom during our flight, there are 2 in the front and 2 in the back. Should there be an emergency, we have 6 emergency exits, 2 in the front, 2 over the wings, and 2 in the back of the airplane. Are we just about ready for takeoff? Any questions? Okay, please remain seated for the entire flight. Ready? Here we go. Okay, we just left the United States and we are flying all the way to Thailand. All right, see you on the ground. Please prepare for landing. Swazdi, welcome to Thailand. Swazdi is how you say hello in Thai. So now that we're in Thailand, I want to share with you Thailand's flag and a fun fact. So this here is Thailand's flag. As you notice, there are 2 red lines, 2 white, and 1 thicker blue one. So the red lines symbolize blood of life. The white represents the purity of the Buddhist faith, and the blue represents the monarchy. Kind of looks like it has the same colors as the flag of the United States, but it's quite different. All right, so now a fun fact for you. So people don't usually shake hands when greeting. The custom is to why? You're probably wondering what that means. So I'm about to tell you. So usually the younger person whys the older person by placing the palms of the hands together and bowing slightly. Okay? If the hands are held higher, the person is greatly respected. The older person then returns the gesture. Interesting, right? Okay, so I think it's time now to share a book from Thailand. It's actually a Thai lullaby. Thank goodness I brought my red book bag on our trip. So this is the book I'm going to read to you. The title of this book is Hush, and it is written by Min Fong Ho and illustrated by Holly Mead. All right, so here we go. I needed to change sides. So here we go. Ready? Hush. Who's that weeping in the wind? Wee wee, wee wee. A small mosquito. Mosquito, mosquito, don't come weeping. Can't you see that baby's sleeping? Mosquito, mosquito, don't you cry. My baby's sleeping right nearby. Hush. Who's that peeping from the ceiling? Who could it be? Tuka, tuka, a long-tailed lizard. Lizard, lizard, don't come peeping. Can't you see that baby's sleeping? Lizard, lizard, don't you cry. My baby's sleeping right nearby. Hush. Who's that creeping under the house? Meow, meow. A lean black cat. Black cat, don't come creeping. Can't you see that baby's sleeping? Black cat, don't you cry. My baby's sleeping right nearby. Hush. Who's that squeaking by the rice barn? Cheet, 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 cheet. A fat gray mouse. Gray mouse, don't come squeaking. Can't you see that baby's sleeping? Gray mouse, don't you cry. My baby's sleeping right nearby. Hush. Who's that leaping by the well? Op, 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 op. A bright green frog. Green frog, don't come leaping. Can't you see that baby's sleeping? Green frog, don't you cry. My baby's sleeping right nearby. Hush. Who's that sniffling in the sty? Ut, 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 ut. A muddy fat pig. Fat pig, don't come sniffling. Can't you see that baby's sleeping? Fat pig, don't you cry. My baby's sleeping right nearby. Hush. Who's that beeping by the pond? Gop, 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 gop. A glossy white duck. White duck, don't come beeping. Can't you see that baby's sleeping? White duck, don't you cry. My baby's sleeping right nearby. Hush. Who's that swinging from the trees? Chiak, chiak. A loose-limbed monkey. Monkey, don't come swinging. Can't you see that baby's sleeping? Monkey, don't you cry. My baby's sleeping right nearby. Hush. Who's that sweeping at the hay? Mwah, mwah. An old water buffalo. Buffalo, don't come sweeping. Can't you see that baby's sleeping? Buffalo, don't you cry. My baby's sleeping right nearby. Hush. Who's that shrieking through the forest? Oompra, oompra. A great big elephant. Elephant, don't come shrieking. Can't you see that baby's sleeping? Elephant, don't you cry. My baby's sleeping right nearby. Shh. Is everyone asleep? Let's see. It looks like it. All is quiet, all is still. The mother dozes at the window sill. Nothing stirring, not a breeze, as the moon drifts up above the trees. There is no more noise, there is no more sound. Oh no. Only baby's wide awake, his eyes bright and round. Hush, a Thai lullaby. The end. Well, since we're in Thailand, we might as well find out what children do here. So they like to jump rope just like we do back in the United States, but sometimes they may not have a jump rope. So what they do is they take a bunch of rubber bands like so, and they connect them one by one like this. And they keep connecting them until they make it long enough to be a jump rope. And it may look something a little like this. Pretty neat. Anyway, oh, yes, Captain. The captain says we must move on to the next country. So everyone, please fasten your seatbelts. Remain seated for the entire flight. And I'll see you when we're back on the ground. Okay, we were just in Thailand and we're going to be flying over to Greece. See you when we're on the ground.
Let it start, we're away. It's a small world after all. It's a small...
Welcome to Greece. Yasu means hello in Greek. All right, so since we're in Greece, I'd like to show you the Greek flag. There you go. So as you notice, it is made up of two colors, blue and white. So these two colors represent different things. So the blue represents the Hellenic Sea, while the white represents its restless waves. And as you notice in the upper left-hand corner, there's a white cross with a blue background. Well, that represents their religion. Now, here is a fun fact. So have you ever seen one of these? It's called the eye. So it's called the eye because it watches over you and protects you. So there is something called the evil eye, and it's believed to be a curse that is given by a glare that has negative intentions. So anger, envy, jealousy can cause the evil eye curse. And the curse can cause bad things to happen to the person who received the curse, such as bad luck, or maybe they don't feel well, but by wearing a special charm called the matai, or eye in Greek, is believed to help prevent the curse from ever happening. And these are found in all homes and offices, and it is sometimes part of jewelry and on keychains, and usually they put this above a baby's crib. Interesting, right? So different cultures, different things to learn. But instead of pulling a book out of the red bag, I am going to share with you a Greek fable. Well, I bet you're wondering, well, what's a fable? So a fable is a short story. It is typically using animals as the main characters, and at the very end teaches a lesson or a moral. So the fable that I'm going to share with you is a fable written by an ancient Greek writer named Aesop. And it's really short, but I want to go ahead and read it to you. It's called The Lion and the Mouse. So a lion was sleeping one day, and a small mouse ran up and down upon him. The lion woke up and pinned the mouse beneath his paw. "Oh, please, please, lion, pleaded the mouse. I'm so sorry I disturbed you. Please forgive me this one time. I may be small, but someday I may be able to help you. The lion laughed. Yeah, right. How could a little mouse hope to help a strong animal like me, he said. But he lifted his paw and let the mouse go. Sometime later, the mouse was walking through the forest, and into a hunter's trap he walked. Try as he might, he could not free himself from the rope net. Just then, the little mouse happened by and saw the lion. He wasted no time chewing through the ropes of the net, and the lion was soon free. Was I not right? Said the little mouse. So the lesson or the moral of this story is little friends may prove to be great friends. Is that not true? Absolutely. All right, let's find out what children do in Greece. Right? Ready? So what do children do with their families in Greece? A lot of the same things that we do in the United States, but they also love to dance with their families and friends. And this is one of the songs. And they form a circle and they go round and round. And you'll notice that the song gets faster and faster. Opa! It is so much fun because everyone knows the steps to this song. Yes, Captain, I know we're running out of time. Just another 10 seconds. I love this song. Okay, everyone. The captain is insisting that we must leave. Can you hear it get a little faster? Right? And it gets even faster, so you're out of breath. Okay, everyone fasten your seatbelts. We must take off. We're running out of time. Okay, we just left Greece and we are on our way to Mexico. See you on the ground.
There's so much that we share, and it's time we're away. It's a small world after all.
Welcome to Mexico. Hola. That means hello in Spanish. Okay, so I want to show you the Mexican flag. As you notice here, let's see here, you can probably see all of it now. The flag of Mexico has 3 vertical stripes, green, white, and red. Now the color green represents the independence from Spain. The red represents the union between the native peoples of Mexico and the elites of European heritage. And the color white represents the purity of the Roman Catholicism, so the religion. And do you notice anything in the very middle of the flag in the white stripe? Yes. So this is the coat of arms on the Mexican flag, and it depicts an eagle perched on a prickly pear cactus devouring a rattlesnake. Now, the image relates to the story of the founding of Tenochtitlan, the Aztec capital. According to legend, the wandering Aztecs would know where to build their new city when they saw an eagle perched on a cactus. The image did appear to them, but in an unlikely place, on a tiny island in the middle of Lake Texcoco. To build their city, the Aztecs formed a number of small garden islands connected by causeways. Quite a history behind this flag, right? Okay, how about a fun fact? So, do you know what children and their families use to celebrate birthdays and holidays? Any ideas? Have you ever heard of a pinata? So a pinata is used to celebrate, and it's normally made out of cardboard and paper mache, but in the old days, it used to be made out of clay pots and paper mache. And I know for a fact that here in the States, we'll use pinatas for birthday parties and fill it with candy. But in Mexico, they don't just fill the pinatas with candy, they fill them with fruit and even sugar cane. And there is a song, a pinata song, and I'm going to sing it for you, see if you've heard it before. It goes like this. Dale, 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 no pierdas el tino, porque si lo pierdes, pierdes el camino. Ya le diste una, ya le diste dos, ya le diste tres, y tu tiempo se acabó. So basically, it's like a timer. So from the start to the finish of the song, that's how long each child has to take a whack at the piñata and try to break it open. All right, let's read our third and final book. Where's the red bag? Oh no, did I leave it in Thailand? Oh no. Here it is. I thought my red bag got lost with the luggage. All right, so here is our third and final book. And the title is Plain Loteria. Looks like here it's written by Renee Colato Lainez and illustrated by Jill Arena. Here we go. All right. I don't want to stay with Grandma. I'm not used to speaking Spanish, I told my mom. You know more than you think, she said. That's why you are here in San Luis de la Paz. With your abuela, you will practice your Spanish. But how will we understand each other if she doesn't speak English and my Spanish is not very good? I asked. Loved ones have a special way of understanding each other. You'll see, she said. From the bus station, Grandma and I walked to the plaza together. When we turned a corner, I heard music and saw a mariachi band playing and singing. Today is the first day of La Feria, Grandma said. Grandma, I love the fair. The streets smelled of carne asada, churros, and tamales, and a Ferris wheel went around and around as it followed the rhythm of the music. This is my loteria stand, Grandma said proudly. Cool pictures, I said as I pointed to the big, colorful cards on the table. These are the game boards of La Loteria. Each board has 16 pictures. When we play, you can use these frijoles to cover the pictures, Grandma explained. Beans, I asked. Frijoles, Grandma said. Grandma, the R is hard. Grandma went to the microphone and asked, who is ready to play Loteria? In a few minutes, the Loteria stand was full of people. I repeated in my head many times. Then Grandma drew small cards from a metal wire barrel. Every time she called a picture, she said a phrase. Rosa, Rosita, Rosaura, Grandma called as she pretended to pull petals from a rose and blow them with kisses. Grandma is funny, I giggled. Verde, blanco y colorado, la bandera del soldado, she called, waving a Mexican flag. People put beans on their game board to match the cards that Grandma called. El gallo, el rey del gallinero, she called. Finally, a lady put a bean on the last picture of her game board. The rooster and hollered, Loteria! Then she took a prize, 5 tickets for the circus. Later at Grandma's house, I took some beans and said, Frijoles. Muy bien, you are speaking Spanish, Abuela said. I would like to learn all the phrases of La Loteria, I said, but they are too hard. Let's make a deal. I teach you all 54 phrases and you teach me some English, she said. Sí, Grandma. But don't call me Grandma, please. Call me Abuela. 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 Abuelita, I said. The next day, Abuela and I walked around the fair. We ate cotton candy and caramel apples. We rode the carousel and the roller coaster. We milked a cow and pet some calves in the farm animal exposition. We saw clowns on stilts and the circus animal parade. Before we returned home, I won a big piggy bank playing pin the tail on the donkey. I carried it home proudly. At home, Abuela showed me a picture of El Gallo. What is the phrase? She asked me. El gallo, el rey del gallinero. Oh, I said it! The rooster, king of the hen house. I laughed. What a funny phrase. Abuela and I stood up and walked like roosters. We flapped our arms like wings. Cock-a-doodle-doo, I said. Kitty-kitty-kee, she said. Let's put the rooster's card inside my piggy bank, I said. Rooster, she laughed. Every day at the fair, Abuela and I practiced our phrases together. El gorrito, el barril, la rana, the bonnet, the barrel, the frog. Every night at home we practiced even more. El soldado, la corona, el venado, the soldier, the crown, the deer. First there were a lot of cards in the box. El cotorro, el melón, el pino, the parrot, the cantaloupe, the pine tree. But every night was getting less full. Every night the box was getting less full and my piggy bank was getting heavier. One afternoon, we went to the open market. There were many people selling fruit, meat, and candy. Let's buy un mango, Abuela said. Mango is the same in English, I told her. Let's buy una banana, Abuela said. Banana is the same in English too. Let's buy pollo, Abuela said. Pollo in English is chicken, I told her. Then Abuela held a cabbage in her hand and said, I know, let's buy un rechicken. No, Abuela, I laughed. Repollo is cabbage, not rechicken. That's funny. El inglés is so hard, Abuela said. Muy complicado. One day, Abuela took the last card from the box. She showed me the card and asked, ¿Cuál es esta? What is it? I stood up and said, La mano, dame una, dame dos, bailamos los dos. Abuela held my hand and started dancing with me. Felicidades, congratulations. You know all the cards from La Loteria, she said. Let's put it in your piggy bank. Loteria, hablo español. I speak Spanish, I hollered. The next afternoon in the Loteria stand, Abuela said, now you are in charge of calling the cards. Yes, I said, I will do it in English and Spanish. La estrella, la guía de los marineros, the star, guide for the sailors. El sol, el abrigo de los pobres, the sun, the coat for the poor. Soon a señora stood up and hollered, Loteria! You are the best caller in San Luis. Everyone clapped. The last night of La Feria, there was a big dance. Come here, dance, said Abuela in English. Let's dance, Abuela. Bailamos, I said. Suddenly, I felt two lovely hands covering my eyes. Mamá, estás aquí. You are here, I exclaimed. Hijo, you are speaking Spanish, she said as she hugged me. The next day, Abuela took Mama and me to the bus terminal. Can I stay a little longer with Abuela? I asked. You have to start school soon. Next year we can come back together, she said. After a big hug, Abuela gave me my piggy bank and a present inside. I found the game boards for loteria. I love you, she said. Te amo, I said. The end, or in Spanish, colorín colorado, este cuento se ha terminado. Wasn't that a great story? Now, I bet you're wondering what children do in Mexico. Well, I already told you they'd love to hit the piñata at celebrations, and they do a lot of the things that we do in the United States. But they also play loteria. So it is similar to a bingo card, but it has all these different pictures on it. And they typically take dried beans and use them as markers, and they have to black out. And when they black out, when they get every single picture called, that's when they yell loteria and they win a prize. Okay, well, yes, Captain, I get it. We need to get back to my grandmother's house deep in the forest. So I'm just going to get my red bag and I'm going to run to the airplane. I'll see you on the plane.
It's a world of homes, it's a world of fear. There's so much that we share that it's not.
Wow, that was a turbulent flight. But I'm so glad that we got to spend these 30 minutes together traveling the world. Don't forget, if you turn on your imagination while you are sharing a book aloud, you'll be able to travel anywhere around the world. But for now, I need to get back to my grandmother's house. She's expecting me with my basket full of hot chicken soup and freshly baked bread. So it's goodbye, goodbye, everyone. I sure hope you had some fun. Tomorrow is another day. You will laugh, sing, and play. Goodbye, goodbye, everyone. I sure hope you had some fun. All right, until next time, take care.